Hello again, this is Cara. Today I have a journal, one signature journal with a fabric cover. It's a wrap and it measures 5.5 inches by 9 inches. This one has a sewing theme. It's part of a swap where we'll be swapping the journal that each of us have made to get another one. So the challenge actually was to make a journal that you could replace, make a journal cover that you could replace the journal inside and just slip in another board book or something like that. So of course I had to go beyond the cover and made a little journal to go with it. I wasn't going to buy a journal. So let's look at the cover first. So it's essentially, if I open it up this way, this is originally was a piece of calico that was in a group project, in a textile group I belong to. Everyone just slopped paint left, right and centre on it. And we just moved around the huge, vast 2 benches of calico and painted and stenciled. So this is a lovely stencil on this one, which I've chosen as the focal for the front cover. So, yeah, I mean, it was perfect for this purpose because it's nice and stiff. It's painted with acrylic paints, so it's quite stiff. So essentially, this is my journal that slips out. So it could be a store-bought one. And simple construction, piece of calico, sewn over with your flaps either side, so your book covers can fit in under there, and away you go. So it's sewn, machine sewn, I should say, around the edges. This delightful, wonderful colour inside here. These are all tea bags that have been coloured. I was playing around with some colours and I've coloured them. It would have been probably with some form of inks, dye inks, I think. So I coloured those, although I had a bag full of them, and then glued them down with a tissue glue. So you can see the little bits of tea bag there. So this is the journal, which then the journal itself is, the cover is made out of wallpaper. It's got a lovely feel to it and texture. And I've used fabric scraps, long strips here that a lot of my friends who are quilters give me all these selvage edges. So I use those and wrap that around, and then that's another edge that I've then just glued on, and it really gives it a nice finish. And then the cover, inside the cover, this is the Tim Holtz tissue wrap, which has been glued down on the other side of the wallpaper. So it makes a nice inside cover all by itself. I haven't done anything more to it. I haven't overly embellished, or I haven't embellished at all really, this particular journal, because the swap was to do with the cover, not to do with embellishing a journal. And I thought I'd leave it to the recipient to do however they wanted to use it. So the front cover, I've sewn on a little piece of old fabric stamped with the words Artisan style, and some machine stitching around there, and another little piece, couple of scraps behind there, machine stitched down. So that makes a nice little label on the cover. So we've got our journal inside. This is cardstock. It's double-sided, pretty on its own. As I said, I was going for a sewing theme. So some of these are just pictures freebies off the internet, but that's a lovely one of a lady sewing, and that's a brand of cardstock you can buy, Alma's Sewing Room. Thought it was such a lovely little, came off the edge of the cardstock. So as I say, I haven't embellished this overly. Some pretty papers. They may have come, I think, from Victoria Designs. These ones here, these nice soft ones. I've got some tea-dyed paper in there. It's a 3 pamphlet stitch. It's a nice little piece of paper. Gives a nice little image. It's another image I've downloaded and just printed out. Some more of that printage, pretty vintage paper. This is some cardstock here, which was in a fabric theme. So the list for life with the old sewing machines in the background there. And that's on the other side, so I've just left that for the person to do whatever they choose. Some more tea stained, more of the pretty papers. Nice and soft, just keeping it feminine, I guess. It's a piece of paper I had that already had been cut out this way, so I just put it in, and I've left that plain. Some more of that fabric theme paper. This is a freebie off the internet, this one, with all these little gizmos that you can buy for sewing back in the early days, probably the 1900s, early 1900s. That's a free printable too, that one, buttons. More here. You can see my pre-stitch, pamphlet stitch, little tags, and little circles glued around the ends of the thread there. Lots of writing space in this one, but with a lovely feminine theme, soft colours. I kept it quite simple. We were meant to swap these last year, and I made it last year. So we're swapping them next week, so this is why I thought I'd better take the time out to make a little video, just to remember what it was before it's no longer mine. And I put this little cutie in here from my stash about my quilt, little cutout. There you go, it's the back cover. My little label on the back. And there you have it, Artisan style. Have fun. See you next time. Bye.